Hello, Facebook friends and family. It is Pia Maria here. Come on in, come on in. We are on letter X. X is hard. It is really hard. So, if you're on here live, go ahead and put hashtag live in the chat or a number 1, and please share. So I've been doing this for 24 years. I've been doing it for 24 days now. We're on, is it 24? X, Y, Z, yep. Because we'll have 2 more after this. So, we're starting with the letter X. This is going to be short and sweet. Do the best I can. And that's all we can do, is the best that we can, right? So, I'm Pia Mclean. I am a member of the Extra Digit Movement, where we show people how to move their money 1 digit at a time. And our parent umbrella is MWR Financial, which stands for Making Wealth Real. So tonight I am on the letter X. And the first thing I thought about was X's and O's. You know, X's and O's when you're trying to strategize and get a game plan. So, such as in tic-tac-toe, where there are winners and losers, right? X's and O's. You try to strategize to get your opponent out, correct? So in capitalism, you have to they do something similar, right? We have to beat capitalism. So we have to 3x, 5x, and 10x our finances in order to put the money into something that is moving. Yes? All right. So for too long, we've been putting the X's and O's in the wrong spot. We have to catch them early and put an X in our slot, so they're not blocking us from our success, right? So to outpace inflation, you really need 2 things. You need real estate, and you need businesses that can outpace inflation. Businesses allow you to 3x your income by using time and money. Now, what is the X factor? Well, the X factor, and I know there's a television show called The X Factor, but the X factor is something that is stopping you from moving. So we need to 10x that amount and keep it moving so that you can start earning. You know, sometimes there's something called phantom money. And phantom money is the money you can't see until it shows up on paper. Sometimes we need to carbon copy the right cat by looking at our money situation under the X-rays, right? We need to hold our finances up to the light and get an X-ray on it. And sometimes we need to Xerox the people you want to be like and X out those that you don't. You know, When we talk about Xerox, Xerox is actually a brand, right? And it's a successful brand. And you know how I know? Because it doesn't matter what the business is that's related to photocopying. We always say we're going to Xerox something. And branding is a good way. If you're leading the pack, such as in Pampers, right? In Pampers, you don't go get a box of Huggies and say, I have a box of Huggies. You say, I have a box of Pampers, right? Because Pampers have been leading the industry for a long time, right? Just like Frigidaire, the refrigerator. We say, I'm going to open up the Frigidaire or the refrigerator. Even when it's another brand, Frigidaire is actually a brand. So I'm in a company called MWR Financial, and MWR Financial is a name brand for financial makeovers. So we're talking about X's today because my mentor gave me a challenge to do 26 days of finance, and there are 26 letters of the alphabet. And I've been moving along. It's been really difficult, but anything worth doing, worthwhile, is usually difficult. Because if it wasn't, everybody would be getting everything, right? So what we have to do is hold our finances up to the light and take an X-ray and stop faking like we got it all together all the time, right? And let's hold our eating out up to the light and look at your X-ray to see if you are Xing out things that are stealing your money. Not saying that no one should eat out, but sometimes we eat out too much, or we go to the store and we buy too much. And if you're like me, you got a crowded closet of things that you said you were going to wear and you haven't worn them yet, right? So we want to X out the things that we don't need and get a carbon copy of the things that we do. And let's not let someone put your finances in the path of excuses. Leaders make a way and losers make excuses, right? So let's not have a false positive. And when you think you're doing okay, but you're really broke, let's X that out. And I can help you to X that out by helping you get a home-based business. You know, during the pandemic, so many people have lost jobs. And the safest place to be is probably at your house. Creating your home-based business in a box like I'm talking to now on social media and creating residual income, because not everybody is losing during the pandemic. Some people are actually winning, right? So on that note, another word I want to throw out is xenophobia. Xenophobia is the fear of strangers. You know, when I was younger, and probably a lot of other parents, in order to keep their children safe, they would say, stay away from strangers. But as we get older and we start to build businesses, we need strangers. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite books says that strangers will come out of nowhere, and I'm just paraphrasing, and stretch you and your vision, right? So let's X out the things that are taking our finances down, and let's take a look up at the light as if we were doing an X-ray at our finances and elevate that. And you could do that by creating a home-based business, because with a home-based business, you get over 475 write-offs as opposed to just having a regular job. And I'm not opposed to a job because I've had a job for many, many years and it has paid the bills. But as I'm getting ready to retire as an educator, I've been teaching for over 28 years. Even with the pension that they give us, they're cutting the pension, cutting our salary in half. So with a home-based business, especially the business that I am in now, I'll be able to outpace inflation, and I'll be able to double my salary per month. And if you want to know how to do that, you can text me more information at 443-342-5914. And this month only, up until, I believe, Sunday, our company has a $99 credit where you can get a business. And some people say I'm not an entrepreneur, but an entrepreneur and a business owner is totally different. With a job, you're working for the government. They're taking, from January to April, the government is taking over a third, over a third of your taxes before you even get your check. And then at the end of the year, what they're doing is they're taking your money and they're feeding it to other people. And at the end of the year, we call it refunds, right? Why not get your money throughout the year so you can invest in places that they do, and you can, like the banks only give you 1%, right? Find out where the banks put their money at, and you can get the 10% that they're making, because they're taking your money, and we used to call it flipping it in the streets, right? Arbitrage is what they call it. So, hey, Tariq and Selena, how are you this evening? So I'm signing out. Yes, the experts are definitely going to. Al Tariq is one of my business partners. We're with the Extra Digit Movement, where we move that digit one space at a time, expanding your vision. All right, so my X is up. Tomorrow is Y. I got to get ready and do these grades. Tomorrow is going to snow here, so we getting out 2 hours early on a Friday. I am doing good. See you tomorrow with the letter Y and then the letter Z right after that. It's been an amazing ride for me. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about finance. So if you please share. If you'd like to learn more about the ABCs of finance, you can go back to A and go up. A for abundance, B for belief, and on and on and on. Until we meet again, have an amazing, amazing evening and an even better year. See you at the top, because the bottom is much too crowded. Bye now.